Welcome to Garmark TV, and we're now testing the new Beretta Silver Pigeon 3 or SPG 3. This is the field version, and it owes its legacy of course to Beretta's famous 687 trigger plate action system. They're available in right or left-handed. You can have 30-inch or 28-inch barrels, and also in 12 or 20 gauge. Today we have this lovely trim 20 gauge model with 30-inch barrels. It has a weight of 2.85 kilograms and overall length I believe is 47.5 inches. As I say, it's a very nice trim, lightweight, good handling shotgun. Barrels are steel proofed, important these days. It comes with a set of 5 Optima chokes, and of course you have Beretta's famous Stellium trialloy barrels for long lasting, and you shoot a lot of shots through that, and it gives very nice patterns, which we'll see later on. You have a 6mm rib and a single brass bead up front, so the bead, being a field model, doesn't obscure the target too much out in the field. I say this is a new model, so what's new about it? Well, you have a grey 2.5 walnut stock, and as you see here, very nice figurine and pattern to it, and you have a slightly higher gloss finish, so it's a little bit more weather resistant. I quite like it actually. And also on the forend, instead of the schnabel forend, that's gone. You now have a more rounded forend with very generous laser cut checkering, which does actually give it a nice grip. And also to the sides of the action, you have nice game scenes here with rising game to left and right, and the rest is engraved around the escutcheons and the trigger plate. Overall, a very nice, lightweight, trim field gun. You can use for clays, you can use for rough shooting, or like we like shooting around the farm, a bit of walk up and squirrels or rabbits. Anyway, we're going to take it out into the field, we're going to shoot some patterns with it, and we'll see how it shoots. Well, we've run through the new features here on the Beretta Silver Pigeon 3. As we said, it's in 20 gauge. I'm going to set up some pattern boards at 30 yards, which is my normal distance for shooting in the field, and we'll shoot it on half choke, and I've got 3 different cartridges we're going to test. This is the game board, traditional game. It's a very nice cartridge. It's a 65mm case, so good for any chamber lengths. This is a 3-inch chamber, of course. It has 28 grams of number 6 shot, so we'll try those first. Next up, is a little bit more of a stout load. It's the Ely Zeniths. These are another fibre wad, and they have a copper coated shot, and it's a number 6 size, and again 28 grams, which is a nice field weight for game. These are 70mm cases. And then finally we've got very nice high pheasants from Hull, and these are number 5 shot, and they use their XTRM shot, which is a nice hard shot, gives really good patterns, and that's a 30-gram load, so that's quite nice and stout. So we'll see how they shoot at 30 yards and half choke, and we'll come back and see the results. Right, first up on the pattern boards, we've got the game board traditional game. We're going to put them in. We're going to use half choke, bottom barrel. We'll select, it's an auto safety, so off. Yeah, that was very mild to shoot, very nice, minimal recoil on that. This is the game board traditional game, and we're using a load of 28 grams number 6 shots, and I hope you can see it's incredibly even pattern, and I've marked them with these blue marker pens here. I mean, very even. There's no holes there at all. We had a total of 201 pellets hit the board, of which 61 were in the inner circle, almost all radiating from the centre point there, and the remaining 140 around the periphery. And I think that's a very nice even pattern. And on 20 gauge, again, nice low recoil. Now the Ely Zenith, that is 28 grams of number 6 shot. We'll try those on the pattern boards. They normally group or pattern very closely, so we shall see. Safety off. I mean, again, recoil on that is very pleasant to shoot. Very nice. Okay, next up, again on half choke. We had a 28 gram number 6 shot load again, and this was the Ely Zenith. A little bit more poke to it, but look at the dense pattern on these. These are the copper plated number 6 shot pellets, and they do form a denser pattern. And look, it's like a swarm of bees here in the middle, right from the centre, radiating out. With, I mean, I can't see any holes in there at all. I think that's a very good pattern. You had a total of 211 shots hit the board in total. There's 118 in the centre, and that's a ½ inch. That's a dense pattern, and the remaining 93 around the outside. So that Beretta was performing very, very nicely with that load. You know, very good field load, that one. Right, finally we've got the Hull High Pheasant Extreme. That's 30 grams with a fibre wad, and these are number 5 shot. Yeah, number 5 shot. So again, it'd be interesting to see what the recoil like on this. Couldn't tell difference, to be honest, between the others. So, right, I'm just going to go forward. I'll take the case out. Go forward and see what the pattern boards are like. And then finally, we had the Hull High Pheasant Extreme, and this is a number 5 shots, a slightly bigger and 28 gram load. And we had a total here, being slightly larger pellet size, we had less actually hit the board. It's 176 hit the board, but again, very good even coverage, right from the centre, radiating outwards with no holes. I can't see any holes on there. 66 pellets, number 5s, in the inner centre, which is a 15-inch circle, and on the remainder, on the 30 inches, you have 110 pellets. So I think that proves that Beretta Silver Pigeon 3 in 20 gauge is a very, very nice shooting. I mean, there's the proof. It gives very good patterns. Well, here's something new from Beretta. It's the new version of their Silver Pigeon. It's a Silver Pigeon 3 or SPG 3. It's based on the legendary 687 action, which is as you know, is a trigger plate design. Give a very nice slim overall profile. It's available right or left-handed, which is very nice. And you also have a choice of 30 or 28-inch barrels in 12 gauge or in 20 gauge. Here we have the 30-inch barrel lengths, and it's in 20 gauge. Which my son definitely favours. He likes to shoot the 20 gauge very much. Overall length is 47.5 inches, and this 20 gauge version weighs in at 2.85 kilograms. As you said, 30-inch barrels, very popular these days. This is a field model. You have a 6mm rib, single bead at the front. The barrels are made from Beretta's very famous now Stellium or trialloy metal, making them very hard wearing, strong, and they're slightly oversized, which is common these days. And along with the 70mm Optima HP chokes, you get a full set of 5, along with a choke key and oil. They give fantastic patterns, as we've seen. Very, very reliable, hard wearing, and will last a long, long time. I mean, new features or key features of the Silver Pigeon 3 are the fact that the woodwork now has a slightly higher gloss finish to it. The fore end is more rounded. Gone is the schnabel fore end. Remember the schnabel? I quite like it, but this is actually nice, slimmer. Laser cut, diamond checkering for extra grip, and you have it's the actual grade of walnut is 2.5, which is, if you actually look at it, very, very nice indeed. It gives a lovely, lovely grain finish colour with this. Well, this stock in particular has a lovely tiger stripe or fiddleback figuring to it. Hopefully you can see that on the video. Yeah, very, very nice upgrade on the stock there. Also, you have on the action, which you say is 6H7 type, new laser engraving to all sides. It's game scenes to the right and left side, been profusely engraved with acanthus leads or foliage, the escutcheons, top strap, trigger guard, and underneath on a nickel finished action face. Is very, very nice. You have a gold plated trigger, and up top here you have the auto safety and the barrel select left and right here to select your top or bottom barrels. Right, if you take the gun apart, we'll take it apart and we'll actually show inside how the action works. Right, so breaking up is very easy. Release the fore end with the nicely engraved latch here, break open, and what you find is the barrel comes apart. Instead of a single traversing pivot pin here, you have these stud pins in the wall of the 6H7 action. This gives it its characteristic very slimline profile, which also helps with with recoil and also handling out in the field, because it makes it go very, very straight in line. If you look on the barrels, it's typical Beretta. At the end here you have the hollowed out sections for the locking bolts, which protrude from the action face here, side in here, if you can see, which they're conical and tapered, and they're hardened, and they're fantastic locking bolts, which, as you say, locate into the surfaces here in the barrels. Very, very hard wearing, and they will last an absolute lifetime, and they can be replaced if necessary to extend the life of the gun itself. It uses a coil spring hammer system, so very, very reliable. And as we said, gold-plated trigger. It's an inertia system, so the second shot fires, cocks the hammer for the next shot. Auto safety, and as we said, it's a barrel select on the safety catch itself. I do find it a little bit. I'd like it that's a little bit raised, I must admit, but I have big old clumsy hands. Not a lot of people have a problem with that. Again, say looking at the stock, it's worth going through the features on the stock. New rounded forend, as we said, but on the rear section, you can see it's lovely wood on this. Really, really nice. 2.5 graded walnut, and you have Beretta's own recoil pad on the back, which is the microcore pad, and this has a overall length of 14.75 inches, which is nice, a nice overall length. And this has spacers at the back. Normally they're fitted with a 15mm, but you can get 10, 20 or 25mm options on the pad, so the pad widths, and that can alter your length of pull to suit you. But overall, a very, very good addition or upgrade on the Silver Pigeon 3, and I'm sure there will be a Silver Pigeon 4 sometime in the future, but how they're going to improve on this design, it's going to be interesting to see, because it shoots very, very well, as we saw in the tests.